Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing this May the 3rd, 2025. Daily cryptocurrency and the XRP blockchain technology video. And if you can see here this weekend, we're sitting at this critical now running into after we've had a 2-week phenomenal pump in the cryptocurrencies and the Bitcoin, where we bounced off that $74,000 double bottom. If we put this pattern that we have out there for the last few months since January, that I still believe we're still in, but we're going to make it smaller so that way we can see what we're talking about here. As this is an on the mobile update as we are going to our side job here on the weekend. So bear with me. So you can see here, we bounced off that $73,000 level right there in blue. We breached the $90,000 where we thought we would get rejected, and now we're all the way back up into this area where you can see with the industry exclusive crosshairs, where you have this major support resistance sitting up there at about $97,000. And if you break this, you're going to run to your all-time high, right? If you get above this and breach it, and the volume continues, there's nothing else to stop you to go back to a new all-time high. So that's what we're watching this weekend. You can see the weekend volume is going to be less than during the week because a lot of exchanges and outlets that you can buy crypto on the main indexes, not the crypto website, are shut down. But you can see where you're at right now. You're sitting at that resistance level, and you're trying to build a base to breach it. And it's going to be very interesting this weekend if you can breach that. Because if you can't breach it and you start pricing to the downside, you'll come all the way back down to $90,000 in the blink of an eye. So that's what we're going to watch right now. You can see we're also about to have the bullish cross. And as long as this price doesn't collapse, we might even have the bullish cross overnight. Let's see where we're at. Let's move that. We did. Ding, 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 ding. We've officially had a bullish cross now, where the 50 is on top of the 100-day moving average, signifying this bull trend that we've been in for the last several weeks. As we've had the bullish cross, that's an indicator that maybe this bullish momentum will continue. But we're going to watch it this weekend, where we're at this 97,000 major resistance support level. That's going to be very critical that we watch this weekend. The same thing with the XLM. We got resisted off the 100-day moving average. We consolidated down to looks like maybe just below, or we rebounded to just on top in the daily time frame, the 50-day moving average, and that's where we need to hold. You need to continue to hold this 50-day moving average in the daily time frame this weekend and trade preferably in between the 50 and the 100 to build a base to try to breach and continue, just like the Bitcoin, this bullish momentum that we've had ever since we've come off the low of about 19, 20 cents we wicked down to, right? So you want to hold that 50-day moving average this weekend. If not, you're going to fall back down to the 25.5 cents major support resistance level. On a pump to the upside, could have a pretty substantial run. If it could break to the upside this weekend, you wouldn't run into any kind of major resistance until about 33 cents. And the XLM, the XRP is the same thing as the XLM. We're above the neckline. We're trading on the 50 and 100-day moving averages, which are running parallel to each other right now. You can see where they're at. The moving averages, both of those aforementioned, and the price are sitting right on top of each other. You need to hold that if you want to continue up this weekend. And if you can't hold that and you break up, the $2.55 would be in play over the weekend or early next week if you can hold the moving averages and break to the upside. On any kind of breakdown to the downside in the short term this weekend and early next week, and that's what we're talking about with all these points, you would immediately come back down to the neckline at $2.10, $2.09, and that's your critical major area in this pattern right now. And that's what we're going to be following this weekend. AMP is still in this consolidation pattern along the 50-day moving average. If it can break out bullish to the upside, as you do know, we've been thinking there would be some kind of a bullish breakout, potentially like we're showing in green there, because we've been in about an 83 to 86, still don't want to buy you percent correction, and this down and sideways consolidation in this falling channel, as you can see right there, ever since early December, blow off top. And if you can break out of this consolidation after we've had our first pump to the upside with that middle finger of green volume this time instead of red. If we can break this to the upside where we're consolidating right there on the 50, your short-term target on a breakout from there would be up there just above that horizontal 0.00540 in green, and that would be about a that would be about a 36.69% move to the upside, and that's something that we are watching out for to see if this breaks up. If it breaks to the downside, like they've been doing the last 3.5 to 4 months, you would likely come all the way down to 0.003 and change very, very quickly. But that's what we're watching out for in some of these coins. This is just a brief update as a plane flies out of Southbridge Air National Guard Base, just north of downtown Detroit, under hazy, cloudy conditions with a seasonably cool late spring, early Saturday morning of 50 degrees. Yay! In the great state of Michigan. We'll give you a more extensive nightly update, probably not until around 9 o'clock tonight when I get home. Peace and love. The Rock Side Jay.